Okay guys, Hunter Elliott, rangehot.com. Here we are again with the Desert Eagle. Now I know you're saying, well damn Hunter, how many times are you going to review the 50 AE Desert Eagle? Well, not one more. Today we're going to be reviewing the 44 Magnum Conversion Kit. So yes, it is true, as in my previous review, the Desert Eagle is convertible to 44 Magnum and 357 Magnum. To convert it to 44 Magnum, all you really need is a barrel and 44 mags. If you're going to go to 357, you also need to do a bolt swap. But today we're going to focus on the 44 Magnum Conversion Kit. I love the 50 AE. It's actually one of my most favorite handgun cartridges ever. I know I'm a big 10mm junkie, but just the shock and awe of the 50 AE is awesome. But here's the deal. 50 Action Express is expensive to shoot, especially if you don't reload. And it's hard to find. You know, you're going to have to go to a gun store specifically, order it online. You're not going to go to your local Walmart and pick up a box of 50 AE. With a barrel swap, you can convert it to 44 Magnum, which, as we know, is still no slouch. The deal with the 44 Magnum is it is cheaper to shoot, even with factory ammo. It's a whole lot more plentiful, and it's still plenty powerful of a cartridge to do most anything you want to do in North America. So the way I see it is, you would buy the Desert Eagle and the 50 AE for the cool factor, but you would also want the 44 Magnum Conversion Kit just for practicality. In the past 2015 NRA show we had in Nashville, Tennessee, Car Arms Magnum Research debuted the package that they're selling now. It comes with the barrel and two 44 Magnum magazines. So you see how quick and easy it is to swap? Now, how well does it work? Actually pretty well. Now I've only run about 50 rounds of 44 through this since I got the conversion kit. So far I haven't had any trouble. Oddly enough, recoil is a little, it feels like it might be a tad more than the 50 AE, but also notice that there is no integrated compensator on the 44 mag barrel. That may have a little bit to do with it. And though I haven't put a decibel meter on it, it seems like it may be a touch louder. You know, which in my book, that's a check and a check. So anyway, what we're going to do today is we're going to get some footage of the gun running with the conversion kit, as well as we're going to shoot it out at 25 yards from a rest to see if the barrel swap made any difference. Because along when you swap that barrel, you're also swapping in the front sight. So let's, and I haven't made any adjustments whatsoever. So let's see out of the plastic bag, bam, on, downrange. Let's see how it works. 8 rounds. 180 grain Federal round nose flat point Desert Eagle 44 Magnum Conversion Kit. Okay, so I got 7 rounds of Winchester 240 grain jacket hollow point. I'm just here about 30 feet away. I'm gonna just put some 7 rounds on target, see how it groups offhand. Okay, so we got 5 rounds of Hornady 225 grain Lever Revolution ammunition. Now, here's the thing: the Lever Revolution has proved to be pretty accurate, but it's got that very pronounced polymer tip designed for tubular magazines on lever action guns. The thing is, it gives it a little bit longer case overall length. So when you put more than 6 rounds in this mag, it seemed to hang the mag up a little bit. Not bad. That's 5 rounds. That's 30 feet, and what I would consider semi-rapid fire. Okay, so we're wrapping up the review on the Desert Eagle 44 Magnum Conversion Kit. As I talked about, this is how it was introduced at the NRA show, where when you purchase this in the blister pack, it comes with a barrel and the 2 mags. Easy enough. Opens up just like this. Get your 244 Magnum magazines. You got your Desert Eagle barrel. And once again, conversion is really simple. No magazine. We see the gun is clean. Press this little button here. Push this down. Barrel jumps right off. Here you go. 44 Magnum barrel. Just line up with the grooves on it. Line to slide back up. Boom. Good to go. So, in conclusion, we've probably got about 225 rounds through the conversion kit all total of 44 Magnum, and I went, you know, the gamut of 44 Magnum factory ammunition, from the light 180 grain Winchester Remington stuff all the way to some pretty heavy 225 grain Hornady and have you. So we went through the gamut of the loads from mild to wild on 44 Magnum, and the gun, of course, it was designed for 50 Action Express, so I wasn't concerned about the gun holding up. I was just wondering how function would be, since it is designed for such a heavy cartridge. I was wondering how the function would be on a little bit of the lighter loads. You know, we actually shot some pretty mild Winchester 225 grain hunting rounds, and oddly enough, they proved to be the most accurate too. We actually got a couple 3/4 of an inch group at 25 yards from a rest with that particular round. All the specific information on the round shot and data occurred is going to be in the written review as always. And really, the gun averaged an inch to an inch and a half groups at 25 yards from a rest, which I thought was very impressive and very similar in accuracy to the factory 58 barrel. So, you know, one thing I can attest to is there was no loss of accuracy in going to a lesser cartridge, if you could really legitimately call the 44 Mag a lesser cartridge. Anyway, and we talked about one of the reasons to convert your 58 to 44 Magnum was being cost effective. Something else I wanted to touch on, now that the review is over and I've really shot this pistol a whole lot. 44 Magnum is a nice round, and as you know, is chambered in some really nice revolvers. This happens to be a Ruger Redhawk 7.5 inch barrel 44 Magnum. As you can see, it's clear. Revolvers do have limitations, you know, unless you're Jerry Michlick, in which they do not. But for the average to above average shooter, revolvers do have some limitations. You're limited to 6-round capacity, and even with speed loaders, reloads are slow. You know, and chances are, will you ever need more than 6 rounds of 44 Magnum? God, I hope not, because if you do, you're in a world of hurt. But, you know, one advantage that we've got with this Desert Eagle conversion kit is you've got 8+1 rounds on tap here. Instead of 6 rounds, really, with one in the pipe, you're a third more ammunition on tap. And plus, the conversion kit ships with a second magazine, so you've got another 8 rounds and a spare mag behind, you know, in your back pocket. Something else that I noticed in shooting these two handguns, one behind the other, you know, with the autoloader, you do have a lot more reciprocating mass. You do have 2 very stout recoil springs running the gun, as well as a gas system on the Desert Eagle, like we talked about. Now, all of that also translates into a little bit less perceived recoil. You know, now when we got to some of the heavy, more milder 44 Magnums, this was really easy to shoot. It wasn't bad at all. I mean, I would equate this to, you know, shooting some you know, maybe some warmer 45 Colt ammunition. So, you know, with 44 Magnum, you do have a very wide variety of ammunition that you can pick from to do whatever you're suited for. You know, and you've always got the option of, you know, the 50 Action Express barrel. If you were going somewhere way out of town and you were wanting to take your Desert Eagle, and you know, you take your 50 AE and you take your 4 or 5 boxes of, you know, 50 Action Express, and let's just say you get out in the woods somewhere and you need to replenish your ammunition supply. Well, like we talked about, 50 AE is not easy to come by. So if you've got your conversion kit with you, you can easily convert it over to 44 Magnum, head down there to your local, you know, sporting goods store and pick you up some factory loaded 44 Mag. This is Hunter Elliott with rangehot.com. We're going to wrap this one up, getting ready to get started on the next one. I really appreciate all y'all watching my videos, reading the blog. We're getting a lot of good traffic to Range Hot, and the manufacturers seem really pleased on how things are going. I'm pleased, and thank you again for all of your support.